Hello, all the gamers in the world. Welcome to another game of Gaming Game. I'm your host, Mr. Grant Knight. Today we're doing more sprite stuff. So we're at like a kind of a midpoint in the animation part. So this is the animation end games unit, and we're sort of in the midpoint of the animation part. So what we're going to be doing today is actually making a little bit more advanced of a scene. This is actually going to be an assessment grade instead of just a normal content task, so a little bit higher stakes. We're going to have more time for that, and I'm also going to give us more time. So like today and tomorrow is going to be focusing on this. We sort of slowed down a little bit on the sprites part because I want to like make sure that we're all on the same page. Do we feel comfortable? Yeah, we can make a cool little scene because I know things are still really stressful out there. So let's do this. This is what we're working on today. 13 through 16 sort of prepares you, and then 17 is where you make your own little scene. So we'll talk about what that looks like. And then tomorrow specifically we'll talk about what exactly I'm looking for in that assessment. So we learned before how to add images. We learned about sprites and all this stuff. And now we're learning about adding background and adding text. So all these little things to make a little, comic scene or whatever. So we can, that's interesting. Change displayed text in the provided code. Well, I'm just going to run it first. So here we go. I run this thing. I got background and I got some text. And text is a new thing. We got a lot of things down here now, but we have text and we also have text size. So it's STR stands for string, which is something you learn about in AP Comp Sci. But string is just another word for anything in quotes. This is a simple way to think about it. So like this thing is in quotes. So that's a string. So if I want to change what that text is, I could say bacon, cheese, bacon, cheese. Bacon, cheese appears right there at the point 50, 200. I show my grid, 50, 200, right about there. So that's that XY part. This little tip here says text is pretty small, but you can use the text size block. And you can also use fill to change the color. So I'll just explore that a little bit. You don't have to, but I'm just curious. So if I put in text size, let's do text size after, just to show you an example of something that doesn't actually work. And I'll do fill after, and I'll make this blue. Sure, why not? Huh, it didn't change. Remember the painting metaphor. Things go top to bottom, so that paints the first thing and then the next. Same works with this. Like you need to, in a computer, if you're typing in like a Google Doc, you need to change the font size before you type. If you change it after, it won't do anything. So if I change it before, now we got slightly bigger and it's blue. Let's make this something crazy. Bacon, bacon cheese. Bacon cheese is my SoundCloud name. Bacon cheese. It's not. Don't bother looking. Cool. And similarly, if we put background after everything, it gets painted over. The painting metaphor really helps think about it. It's like layers. So you got to put down the base layer and then build on top. Cool. Let's keep going. A debug of the code. We got the greetings. This scene has all the right code, but it's not in the right order. Oh no, it should look like this. It's another. Oh, the snake's escaping. No. So you can see the snake's escaping prison. Now, this snake, it did something really bad. I'm not even going to tell you what it did. It deserves to be in jail. Don't feel bad about the snake. It needs to serve its time. It's just in there for another year. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. But I need to move things around a little bit. See, it's even called prisoner. It's not even called snake. It deserves to be there. What happens with the painting, it looks like, so this draw sprites is what actually activates it. Remember, without the draw sprites block, there's no snake. There's no sprites. Draw sprites draws, it just says draw anything that exists. Draw it. Snake. So if I want to put it in the right spot, I can just guess, or I can think about it. If you just guess, I could put it like there. Oh, halfway in, halfway out. Ah, look at these little rectangles. Rectangle, 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 rectangle. They must be the bars. So I can put it like this. And now I still need to read the greetings. Let's think about the backstory here. It has us do greetings. It has us read greetings from jail. But it's a prisoner, but he's saying greetings. What's the back? Like, are you visiting the snake? Like, did the snake, are you also in jail? Are you in jail and the snake is visiting you? This is wild. And now the greetings has to be after the bars in order to make it work. Oh. But, interesting. If I do that, it's the same color. So I need to find that fill black and put it down here. Oh, look at that. And now I have the greetings. Now I have the greetings. So what did I do? I just move stuff around. I just move stuff around. I used some logic, some trial and error, and both are fine. So now we're getting to the meat and potatoes, right? So now we've done so far how to add in our own little animations. We learned that yesterday. Either through, there's a library of animations in Code Studio or finding them online. You know, if you're into the animes, you can find all your animes and put all those, or the Pokemans, and you can put the Pokemans in there. This is a nothing. There's nothing to do here, but it's describing something you're gonna have to do. So I'm not gonna have you do this. We would do it in class, but whatever. I want us to think about, and this is actually the Google question. What kind of basic scene would you want to make? It doesn't have to be crazy. There'll be some basic requirements, like 2 sprites, has to be some dialogue, meaning some text. You have to use, rectangle or ellipse. Somehow there needs to be a background. Show me some kind of scene. It can be funny. It shouldn't be inappropriate, but it can be funny. I appreciate funny. You can make a meme. You can take a meme and make it, or make your own. I hope I've earned your trust enough to be able to say you can make a meme, like all the kids are doing these days. You know me better than that. So here's an example one. Oh God, this is so, I forgot to click on it before. It's so bad. This is an example scene. It's got 2 sprites. They chose to use ellipses, and it's got a background, and there's some text. What kind of music do planets sing? Neptunes? Delete your internet. But that's the kind of thing you can make. So what is actually going on here? There are 2 parts of this. So maybe today you just think about what you want to do. And maybe today this is where you stop and you say, what is your scene idea that you want to create? And maybe you answer it now, and tomorrow you work on 16 and 17. That's okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, in case you want to get it over with, and use tomorrow to catch up for other work. On 16, you set up background. There are some, can I start over? I don't think, there was some stuff in there from a future lesson. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. This is linked to later when we do animation. So it looked crazy there for a second. But we're going to build it up. Right now, there's nothing. There's nothing. But maybe I want to start. And maybe I want to make, there are a lot of colors that work. I think this should work. Yeah, just try typing colors. It's kind of like, remember in CSS on websites, they had a whole list of colors that work. So sky blue, maybe I want to make like clouds. So maybe I want to do some circles. So maybe I want to, let's see, fill white, big cloud, too big. So maybe I want this to be, 50, 50. Okay, starting with a circle. Let's do no stroke. So it's on the edge. And now let's do a couple clouds. Let's do it at like 225. Now I'm making like basically like that wiggly worm a little bit. Starting to make a little cloud. That's one idea. We can do like a sky and have two birds talk. Doesn't have to be, it can be just people in a street. You can build like a little like building, rectangle, long rectangle for the street. So whatever you want. So let me just show you. So this is not due today. This won't be due till Sunday if you want. Won't be looking at it to grade till Monday. The second part is when you actually add sprites and animation. And so I'll be reviewing that in tomorrow's video and talking about what exactly is required. So again, Google question, what scene idea do you want to create? Describe it to me, 1 or 2 sentences, 2 birds in the sky, 2 K-pop stars doing K-pop things. K-pop stars, listen to me. I'm losing my edge. Yeah, but that's that. So I haven't had office hours in a while, officially. It's kind of a mix of not a lot of people, there wasn't a big demand for it before, and I just keep forgetting, or I'm doing other things. But I will try to have them more in the future. And please reach out. A lot people are really good at sending me chat messages when they have a question. As you know, I'm very responsive to chat. That's the best way. So if you want to schedule an office hours time, just message me and we'll start a session. It's not a big deal. In fact, it's not a deal at all. It's easy. So this is when my time dedicated to this class is 9:45 to 10:30. But really, I'm available. Like I would jump at a call anytime from 8 to 5 is basically when I dedicate to work. So bye. Stay safe.